everyone.
Tubeski, what up? What's up, y'all? How y'all feeling? All right, listen. So today we're gonna take y'all with us as we map out 2025. We just want you guys to see a little bit of the behind the scenes of chasing your dreams, being an entrepreneur, and just managing multiple projects, multiple businesses, whether it's full-time jobs, side hustles, passion projects, things like that. So we're going to take you through a realistic day during the week on how Dallas and I best manage our time, our resources, our energy, our effort, and putting the pieces together on what we want to accomplish this year. So I don't know what day it is today, but it's during the weekday. Dallas wrapped up her clients for the rest of the week. She should have a few more coming up, but today we both have a little bit of downtime. I don't have a game. I don't have a concert. Very minimal meetings for the Miami Heat. So we are going to take you to the coffee shop, grind out, get some work done there. And then we're going to go to the park because it's really, really nice out and finish and wrap our day there. And we're going to take the dog with us. So we figured it'd be really cool for you guys to see the behind the scenes. Yeah. So also that, not only that, I'm just gonna be transparent. Like we're just gonna test out some new cameras that we got. We'll show you guys what they look like, some new editing styles, all that type of stuff. So
our weekends, and this is the way we live.
Cool. All right, so listen, we about to wrap. We'll meet y'all at the coffee shop and we'll go from there.
And it's a beautiful day outside.
All right, we made it to the little coffee spot next to us. It's called Crema. We ordered some coffee.
Cheers. Yeah.
It's pretty aesthetic. It's a really cool place. We got some food as well. We'll definitely show you guys. But we like to come over here every once in a while, whether it's just like doing a little bit of work or just catching a vibe. It's a really, really nice place. Some healthy foods. And their coffee's pretty good. But it's messed up because we're actually cheating on our girlfriend right now. We're cheating on our next door neighbor, Pasandicello. Best coffee hands down in Miami. We wanted to switch it up and give you guys something new.
Yeah, I got a open face breakfast sandwich. I believe it has a couple of different meats. All I saw was fried eggs. I was like, yes, because I miss eggs so bad. Eggs, if you're out there, I miss you. So sandwich and a latte, iced vanilla latte with, you got extra pumps of vanilla in yours?
I think I got a couple pumps. We got our laptop, we got some notes. Today is
it's so good.
All about staying online, making sure that we're good to go with all things heat. The main emphasis of today for Dallas and I is to plan out strategically what our 2025 is gonna look like. Some of y'all may know we both have our own businesses. We'll continue to say that. We'll probably say it in every video until it really, really makes sense. But we have a lot of ideas that we think about on a nightly basis, on a weekly basis, and a lot of projects that we've done prior to us vlogging. And now that we actually picked up the camera, which is so crazy. If we had picked up the camera in the years previous to us vlogging, y'all would have been like, oh my gosh, y'all got motion, y'all lit. So now we're trying to figure out like how can we map out all of these projects and ideas that are in our brains, so you guys can see what we're thinking about, what we want to accomplish this year, hold ourselves accountable, right? If we connect with you guys, our family, what's up, brother, and say it out loud, we feel like you guys are gonna hold us accountable, we'll hold ourselves accountable, and then we're gonna hold y'all accountable as well. As we map out what our 2025 is gonna look like, we want you guys to do the same.
And also, share your goals with us. We wanna know what you guys are up to or what your goals and ambitions are for 2025.
So before the food comes out and we get a little bit of work done, I just kinda wanna walk you guys through how we typically map things out. When we think about it, we try and stick to like the rule of threes. So we'll group things into threes. So we'll think about what are the top 3 pressing ideas or projects that we have in mind that they weren't new to just today. So basically what I was trying to say before the food came out We do things in like the rule of three. And what I mean by that is, if we have like things that are on our mind, but it's not like, oh, we thought about this for one day and then the next day we're still married to it or we love the idea. We let these ideas percolate in our brains for weeks. And if it's something that is still mentally on our whatever, if it's something that's still on our brains and we're still putting like actual mental capacity in thinking about it, then we probably think, all right, cool, let's try and tackle that, or let's do it. And we'll think about it in threes. So think, what are the top 3 things that we've thought about over the last 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, whatever it may be. But for us, what are the like top 3 things that we've thought about leaving 2024 and entering 2025? Once we have those laid out, then we start to figure out what is the highest priority between all of those ideas. What are things that are like low-hanging fruit, things that like we can accomplish really, really quickly, or it's going to take extra resources, it's going to take extra time, extra planning, or just money. And then we start to map out those different things. When we get to the park, we'll really sit down and go detail by detail, but just wanted to kind of like give you guys a heads up as to like how we think about these things. But since the food is here right now, we're gonna enjoy this food, eat this down real quick, do a little bit of work, set some of the plays up on the computer so we can have a deeper conversation. So, all right, we'll catch y'all after we eat.
Bye. So we just finished eating and the food was top tier. It sprinkled a little bit before we got here and it rained on my head. So my hair looks cuckoo, but it's all right. It's probably time to wash it as well. So I guess it just helped me out a little bit. But I'm about to put it in a bun because I don't want it to be any more crazy today. Food was amazing. I am about to, you know, after the girlies eat, we gotta retouch our lippies, you know? Cannot go wrong with a messy bun. So I've been using this right here. This is not a sponsored ad or post. They did not give this to me. I just have an addiction to buying different lip glosses and trying things out. So this is NYX Professional Makeup Fat Lip Drip Oil. But I bought this because I really been liking like the really rosy lips kind of look, almost as if like you put a lip stain on and then take it off. But I haven't tried the lip stain, so I was like, let me just try this. And first time I used it, I was like, don't like it. I love the applicator, but it didn't really do nothing for me. But then I used it again another day and now I'm obsessed with it. I guess I just didn't use that much product. So I really do love it. This is another favorite. It's actually, look at the applicator. It's very thick, so I fucks with it. I like anything that's thick and sticky on the lips. That's me. It's getting sticky. It's so cute. And I'm carrying my handy dandy Speedy today. I really enjoy my Speedy because you can just throw everything in it that you need for the day, even a change of clothes. When I say everything fits in this bag, if you don't have a Speedy, get you one, because it's more than just a purse. It's a tote bag. You can put so much stuff in it and it's not too heavy and it's cute and stylish. So yeah, we will be back and give you guys some update. Garrett's over here working on the computer. I'm editing some content. Cheers.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
Tubeski, what's up? How you feeling?
Hi everyone.
Yo, quick little side quest today. We are actually currently at the University of Miami. As some of y'all may know, I am an alumni from this school twice. I got my undergrad and my master's from here. But again, quick little side quest. I brought Dallas with me. We are back on campus. Every once in a while, I'll come back and speak to some folks in the Office of Academic Enhancement. I got a scholarship to go here, full ride. So every once in a while, I just come back and I speak to the students about being black and working in sports and holding a mid-tier position of leadership and what you should expect coming out of school with some tips, some tricks, some advice, things like that. So we figured we'd vlog this experience. So I brought Shorty with me. She's going to be out in the crowd or wherever we're going to put her.
I'm the videographer today, so I'll be behind the camera.
Exactly. So we figured we would bring the camera. A lot of y'all probably haven't seen the campus. It's gorgeous and it's still some light out here. And then, yeah, you guys can see me geek out, nerd out a little bit.
In short words, basically, he's Himothy.
She said it, not me. All right, y'all. Well, cool. Let's go walk around campus and then we'll catch you whenever I get back at it.
I just want to give you a quick sketch of what this evening is about. So we do have a handful of alumni and one sort of special guest who is doing a pretty unique experience through our office. So I wanted you to get to know them.
But you guys chose to be here, so hopefully it's a really fun conversation. My name is Garrett Roberts. I'm 29. I graduated from the University of Miami in 2018, management, marketing, and some other stuff, music business. And then I graduated again in 2019 with a master's in business as well. Some notable things on campus, I don't know if they're still around, but there were some great opportunities for startups, LLCs, and doing pro bono work. I did a little bit of work with Tamid Group, basically doing some pro bono services for businesses coming from the Middle East or Europe. That really piqued my interest in just starting something with some friends. So we started a couple LLCs here, and it kind of grew into my relationship with the Miami Heat, where I've been for the last 8 seasons or 8 fiscal years, I guess you could say. I work in the business strategy department and manage all things from strategic planning for renewals, all things business applications. So building out all of our softwares with developers. So if you're interested in road mapping, sprints, Scrum, Agile methodologies, things like that, definitely happy to geek out after this. So definitely looking forward to a fun conversation. Some of y'all are here maybe in a 2-year program, 4-year, 6, 8, or anything beyond that. You can study the hardest you can for one particular test, exam, or even one course, but you have other courses and you have other exams and other tests and other projects to take care of. So you need to figure out that mentality of how do you manage your stamina in school, and how do you apply that to your real life? Because you guys are in some of the greatest years of your lives right now being in school. You're allowed to make mistakes. We want you to make mistakes, ask tons of questions, and take risks. But the minute you graduate and they give you that diploma, I'm sorry, but life gets a little different. A lot of the decisions you make, you don't have second chances. So when you get punched and knocked down, it's about how do you manage that? What's your endurance, and can you keep moving forward, right? I've always said slow motion is better than no motion, right? Like I'd rather walk a marathon than sit on the sidelines. So that's the first piece of advice. And the second is there's a saying where it's like you're a jack of all trades, but if you're a jack of all trades, you're a master of none. I disagree with that. I think you can be a jack of all trades or a generalist and a master or a specialist in some. And I think that's where a lot of y'all bless you by the way, I think some of y'all may need to focus on that. There are a lot of individual skills up here, but what they're not telling you is it took them knowing general knowledge in a lot of other aspects of life in order for them to get here. And even some of the professors and Chris and some of these guys back here. So I would advise or ask that you guys think about learning a lot of different things and knowing just enough to be good at those things, and then pick a few of those niches and start to specialize in them.
Behind the checks, but also maintaining morale of the people that are watching and tuning in.
Yeah, absolutely. We've learned that quick decision making in some fields is better than no decision making. However, if you have large risks at play, it is best to take your time. A lot of folks here, you may feel like you're being rushed. Maybe you're anxious or you're nervous or you just feel unsure of yourself. Totally fine. You're supposed to feel that way. But if it is a large decision that you're making about your life or about your business, you should take your time and think about all alternatives. So for us at the Miami Heat and me being in product management, real quick context before I pass the mic off. Product management, show of hands here, how many folks here, and don't be trying to lie to me, like how many people here real life have TikTok or Instagram? Basically all of us, right? Exactly. Those are just softwares downloaded to your phone, and you guys probably obsess over those things. In product management, my job at the Heat is to build some of those softwares or some hardwares or just tools and applications in general, collect feedback from the users or the folks that are using it, and speak the language with our developers to build those things that keep you guys addicted. No, not really, but like sell tickets, drive revenue, and sell corporate partnerships. So because of that, I get a really sweet opportunity at interfacing with all the different departments on our business side and, to his point, the basketball side as well. So, with that being said, how does it relate to building camaraderie and morale in such a decision to trade Jimmy Butler? You'll learn that what you can say publicly is a lot different than how you will speak amongst your colleagues or wherever you guys may be, right? If you guys are in group projects, I'm sure you guys will have some pretty real conversations amongst yourselves, but you'd never speak like that towards your teacher. That's a perfect example of the real world. It's learning to be cool, learning to manage your emotions and manage conflict. How do you speak and how do you maneuver in those situations? And we did just that. Of course, we went on social media where we were getting crazy emails, death threats, all of that type of jazz, but you keep your cool through it all. And by keeping your cool, you'll get through any sort of adversity. Yeah, absolutely. Great question, by the way. Mostly for the seniors, but I think it applies to all the students here. In 2025, I don't think any of us were in school when you guys had the chat GPTs and the DeepSeeks and all that type of stuff. Lord knows, I'm sure the professors are going through it. But because of those tools, it's even the playing field for everyone in this room, meaning whoever has the greatest idea and can execute on those ideas, odds are will probably be seen and hold a position of power or have some value. So for me, working in sports at this crossroads of more of the traditional marketing and sales and business strategy, things like that, transforming all of those old techniques and evolving into where we are today, it's honestly not that hard, or there's not too many things to it. One thing that I will say, a lot of people don't realize when you're working in sports or live entertainment or even in the concert business is there are very real human beings with large personalities that are keeping the lights on. So lean into your personalities. Don't box yourself in. If there are experiences or things that you may feel like you don't have when you're applying for a position working for sports, doesn't matter. If you can bring some sort of value, you will be wanted on a team. Now, as it relates to me personally coming up from the University of Miami into sports, I just took a risk. I was a Hammond Scholar, randomly thought it would be really cool to go work somewhere where LeBron James played. So it was like 3 or 4 in the morning and just randomly applied. I think it's called Teamwork Online. And I ended up getting a call while I was away traveling for a family vacation. So booked a flight back, came and gave a pretty strong interview, and here I am 8 years later. That's a very condensed story, but most of what I learned in my 8 years so far is providing value and managing conflict and damage and adversity. But to that value proposition or what you need to be able to provide is come out of the gates, identify decision makers, those folks who are actually the ones cutting the checks or actually the ones that are making the decisions. Create, I think someone up here said your network. It could be through mentorship, but identify champions, people that are going to champion you when you get in the space or an arena such as that. Figure out people's pain points. You learn a lot about people if you just sit there and let them vent about what they don't like about life or about work. And those are opportunities for you to solve. And then, of course, lastly, I've already said it, but lean into who you are, lean into your personality. And if you can do some of those things well, you'll be up here when you guys graduate speaking about some of these things. So I won't say sports is much different than going into finance or going into the medical space. I think everyone up here has identified what they're unique, how they're unique, and some of their own skills that they provide, and they do those things very, very well. What would we tell ourselves if we were younger? But it's also you all asking yourselves, what would you tell yourselves now, right? Outside of everything else that was set up here, like your thoughts, your decisions and your actions you take today in the present will 100% affect or influence what your future self looks like. So you should definitely dream as big as you can. Dream as big as you can imagine, but also a dream, if you don't apply action to it, is just you in the bed dreaming. So you need to worry about what you're up to right now in the present if you're looking for a fruitful future. And then second, I mean, if you look around, right, there's a lot in Miami. People, I remember coming to school my freshman year and people are driving gold-plated Aston Martins and Rolls Royces, like, excuse me? You're in class with, you just never know who. So the point is, do what you can with what you currently have, right? It's human nature to always yearn for more, or I want the bigger house, the better car, whatever it may be. Those are all things great to keep your feet moving, but what you currently have right now is all you need to be successful. There are peers around you that are doing more than you with less than what you have. And if that isn't something that you think about consistently, that helps you hopefully get out of bed, go to school, take your tests, or just pursue what you want in life, then there are some things that you want to reconsider. So hopefully I brought us home. If you guys have some more questions, please. Tube ski.
Hi, everyone.
You know what? That's actually starting to sound really good. I like tube ski.
Tube ski.
Well, as you guys can tell, we switched it up. We wanted to be somewhere where it felt warm, peaceful, relaxing, somewhere where we can catch a vibe and really think about what this year looks like for us, what it means to us. So we escaped the busy Miami cityscape and we are here live.
To come touch some grass.
Literally, quite literally, we touched some grass today. So yeah, we decided to come to the park. It's super fire out here. We're surrounded by trees. We're surrounded by nature. We've got good sunlight on our skin. We've got coffee, obviously. We've got water. We have all of our notes. So what we want to do today is take you guys through 2025 and what that looks like to us. What does that mean to us? And give you behind the scenes on what we're thinking we want to accomplish this year, right? So it'll be fun. We're gonna get into it. So we wrote some things down to make sure that we stay on point. So we're gonna break this down into 4 different parts. The first part, what are we up to this year? The second part we want to address is why it is important to write your ideas down. The third, how our minds work and how we map things out. And lastly, to think big, try a lot, but don't feel like you have to accomplish everything you're writing down for the particular year. Those are our 4 main topics that we want to go through and address today. So to start off with, number 1, what we're up to this year. Dallas, briefly tell us a little bit about the end of 2024 going into this year, how we wrapped Art Basel, getting through, for me, the holidays with basketball games and concerts, High Rocks. But let's start with Basel. Ending 2024 with Basel.
Well, the ending of 2024 was very unexpected, but a great turnout and such a blessing to have worked with Nocta, which is Drake's brand, collabed with Nike. They asked me to be a part of that project, and they put it in my hands to come up with a team of amazing nail techs from all over the city, or not even just in the city, but from other areas. And it was a great turnout. We had our own beauty salon, and we were doing free services for the community to give back. We were doing nails, hair, giving away shoes. There was free food. There was free popsicles. There were scratch offs. Like,
crazy.
If you weren't there, you honestly missed it, because it was a ball and it was outstanding. If you want to go on my Instagram, I do have some highlights from the event if you want to check it out and see everything that we did. But that was honestly just really an eye-opener and a great way to fuel the engine so we can get started and really lock in for 2025. So there was Art Basel and also the Nike commercial. There was a commercial to advertise the new Nocta line of fleece tech suits and the new pastel colorway of the Air Force Ones. So there was a commercial as well that they asked me to be a part of. Not only did I do the nails for the shoot, which I did shikari and nails for Lotto, I had to make 4 pairs of press-ons, and I had the girls fly in from out of town. They did their own press-ons as well. Everybody got to show their individuality and their different styles and creativeness of what they do as far as nails. So we did a commercial for that, and I did the nails for the girls, Shikari and Lotto, and also I was acting. So the commercial is on my Instagram as well if you want to go check that out. It was my first time actually acting, and it was so fun. It was definitely something different. I'm normally used to being behind the scenes and doing the looks and the nails for the talent, but this time I was the talent. So go check that out. Your girl's an actor now. So Tubi, what's up? So that's kind of a recap of my end of 2024. Honestly, 2024 was
great year.
A movie. It was a great year.
Great year.
Great way to end the year too with Art Basel, and I'm ready to do so much more for 2025. So
yeah, no, I think she summed it up perfectly. One, I don't want to sound like we're obsessed, but Dallas and I, you will hear a consistent theme in all of our vlogs and videos. We just really enjoy music, and one of our favorite artists, you can call us cringe, whatever, it don't matter. He really liked that.
Team Drake over here, baby.
Yeah, like Drake makes good music. Obviously, there's a lot of like commercial shit that he makes, but whatever. Dallas and I really appreciate and we like Drake's music. So when we got the opportunity, shout out Irene, the entire Studio 93 team, all beautiful, amazing women, all based out of LA. They were the executive producers over this, and they trusted Dallas and I to come onto their team. So this opportunity wouldn't have been even available to us or a thing or come to fruition if it wasn't for Irene and her team and the amazing things that they do over there. So hopefully, fingers crossed, sometime this year or in the future, we can partner with Irene and her team again and do something fun. So when they brought us on, it meant a lot to us because one, Nike's just Nike, right? And then hearing that there was an opportunity to do something with Drake's brand, Nocta, it just kind of was the cherry on top to the buildup of 2024 and to cap the end of the year off with that.
And also just them allowing us to put so much of our creativity into it and just bringing on the old school 90s salon culture, mixed with black culture, mixed with music. The event the whole time played nothing but Drake. And I was like, am I in heaven right now?
It was just such a great movement and a great activation for the culture. Like the space that we operated in, the part of the city that we were at, the type of clothes we were wearing, the makeup, like all things just screamed culture and what it means.
Mixing fashion with beauty and nails.
What it means to be a minority in America. I'm talking the Latin American community, the African American communities, our immigrants, friends from all around the place. So we just thought that was super fire. So 2024, Art Basel, crazy, which by the way, that's not our only Art Basel, y'all. Listen, we didn't feel like picking up the camera way back in the day, but Dallas and I have been doing this for quite some time. We done did Art Basel for 7 years. We done been in ginormous warehouses, little small, and finely curated places.
Selling press-ons from a little small table and just a lamp.
Art, clothes, live activations, wearable art, just the whole 9 yards. Art Basel is one of our favorite arenas to operate in, but last year was one of them ones you had to be there.
And if you haven't been to Art Basel yet, definitely take that time to do that. Art Basel is what, every
December, first week of December.
First week. The weekends are always busting, so if you've never been to Art Basel, do it. It's so fun.
Pull up. So shout out that. Shout out Basel. We coming for you this year in 2025. Thank you so much for the amazing memories and the motivation and the inspiration going in from last year into this year. So we're gonna take that and we're gonna keep this thing rolling. Next, at least for me, we had a lot of games, a lot of concerts in December. Every year is the holidays. So it was really nice to just kind of reflect on why I'm doing this, where I started, and what it means to be Black working in sports, not bouncing the basketball, but being a Black employee in Miami, Florida, keeping the lights on for the Heat organization. Every time I get towards the end of the year in December, I just have a minute of reflection. So I thought that was really cool. We did a High Rocks. I done took Dallas to Dallas for the first time in her entire life.
Which I'm gonna be back.
Yeah, I mean,
because I
Dallas is
didn't
cool.
feel like I spent enough time there. But
yeah, we
definitely coming
went to Dallas and we did a High Rocks. If y'all don't know, it's like where all the CrossFit fitness athlete weirdos get together and we all just die. Not that, but like you got to do the craziest things. So we trained for that. This is actually, I think that was my fourth, either my third or my fourth High Rocks. But my first one, I got to compete with my father. And I brought Dallas with me. So she got a chance to see Dallas for a little bit. We had a really good competition, learned a lot about our bodies. So we're gonna do the next High Rocks here in Miami, Florida in April, which is coming up here really, really soon.
Who's up for the challenge?
Crazy. So yeah, 2024 was fun. Dallas and I also came up with a lot of really cool, fun business ideas. We're gonna talk more about that. All things Pretty Girls Club, my holdings company or idea or whatever you want to call it, and all things in my universe that I'm hoping to build and create. But main things are we had a lot of fun opportunities, fun memories, which then yielded and inspired us to come up with these fire ideas. And that's kind of what we want to get at now. So that was it. That's a wrap on 2024. Thank you, God, for everything you've given us.
Amen.
Yeah, shout out to the man upstairs.
And for this beautiful sun.
And to this beautiful, thank you, God. Shout out for this beautiful lady right next to me.
Aw, thanks. And my beautiful man.
All right, so this next part, we're gonna get to writing your ideas down. So now we wanna talk about the second part of this, mapping out 2025, which is how incredibly important it is to write your ideas down. I'll start and then I'll break it off to Dallas. But basically, listen, and I'm talking to you right now. Yes, you. That same person on the couch, that same person at their kitchen table, that same person that's in their bed, wherever you are, I'm talking to you right now, that person that's been procrastinating. All those amazing things you've been thinking about up here, I'm talking to you. You've never written them down. You've never acted on them. And that to me, it hurts. It's hurtful, bro. Like, think about it. If you have an idea and you don't write it down, it's forever gone. Like you have to really think about going deep back into your little brain pocket to figure out what it was he was thinking about. So for me, for us, sometimes when you have an idea, please don't forget to write it down somewhere. If it's on your computer, if it's on your notes on your phone, which I do a lot, even if you're into like physically writing it down in your journal, write it down, because you never know, a week from now, a month from now, a year from now, or even 10 years from now, you may come back to that idea, and at least since you remembered it, you can act on it, right?
Yeah, I honestly have been trying to get better with that, because I come up with so many good ideas in my head and I forget to write them down. It's definitely a great thing to do. Like as far as nail ideas, I have a whole list in my phone of just random nail ideas, because you can always refer back to it when you need nail inspo. So number one thing, write it down.
Yeah, write it down. And sometimes like manifest. And sometimes like if you don't write that idea down, it'll feel trapped in your mind. And sometimes for us, what works, which hopefully you guys get some value from this, when we write things down, it gives us a chance to open up our perspective to that idea from another mind state, right? So let's say today, whatever today is, we write an idea down. You know, a few days may go by and there have been more experiences from today until 3 days in the future. And you go back and you read that idea. Now you're hitting that idea with a new perspective from a new state of mind. So it may open you up to seeing that idea in new ways, and now you can act on them in different ways. So when you write them down, it'll give you more perspective to go back and revisit and just make them better, right? I feel like with us, when it comes to Pretty Girls Club, we first came up with this, 4 or 5 years ago. But ever since we gave ourselves the opportunity to think about Pretty Girls Club, there's just been newer ideas and newer perspectives and newer experiences, such as what we did in Basel, that just lends itself to what we can do in the future. So write it down, write it down.
Write it down, boo.
And also another part is when you write your ideas down, whether it's in your phone or on your computer or wherever it may be, or even if you're doing things in a way that, you go and buy a domain name or whatever it is, you're acting on something before someone else gets a chance to act on that. And that's one thing that so many people, including you right now watching this, you felt sometime in your life. You've procrastinated on something. You probably told your family or whoever, which is great, about a crazy idea. And then what happened? 3 years later, you see somebody else going live with your idea, and they're making money or they're successful. Now you're shooting yourself or you're beating yourself up because you're like, damn, I had that idea. I thought about Tesla before Elon Musk bought it. Or I thought about Apple before blah, blah, blah. You know, those types of things. So if you write your ideas down and revisit them, it gives you an opportunity to just act on those ideas before anybody else can act on those same very ideas.
And it's okay because everyone's on their own time. So you might not get it done right then, but everyone's on their own journey and it's never too late to start.
Exactly. So the moral of the story is, y'all, we will beat it down like a broken record. Come up with the ideas and then write them down. You may be thinking, all right, cool, appreciate this. This is very helpful, but like, how do I come up with ideas? I took my glasses off. We love and appreciate the question of where do you find inspiration?
What keeps you motivated?
What keeps you motivated?
What inspires you?
Like, on the surface, that is a great question. But please, y'all, it's very surface level. Like, asking someone what motivates them is going to be an entirely new answer or different answer than what will motivate you. What inspires me is completely different than what inspires you, and what's different than inspires Dallas. Mm-hmm. So the point I'm trying to make right now is, yes, write all of your ideas down, but when it comes to how do you come up with these ideas, you have to live a life. You have to do things. If you sit on your couch or you just play Fortnite all damn day and you don't go out and just see the world or experience things, guess what? Your idea in your mind is very small. You're not going to be able to come up with ideas. So the best advice that we have is just go live life. Go try new things. Go do new things. Go make mistakes. Go to the gym and force your body into stress.
Try new foods.
Try new foods. The more you do, the more opportunities you will give your mind to think about ideas, right? Everybody has this weird obsession with the whole like who did it first. In 2025, how many original ideas are there really out there? People will steal like Picasso, but the people that have better ideas are the ones that just execute on them better. So figure out how can you pick an idea and then innovate on it, right? Pick something small, make a small detailed change, or just do something a little bit different, tweak it, and then go try it. But you would only know if you experience it. So go live your life. Go live your life. Not my life, not her life. Go live your life, and you will generate new inspiration, new motivation, and new ideas. And that's how you'll generate these ideas. And then once you go live your life, go write it down somewhere, bruh. Like, I had to have a moment with just you and me, because the amount of times we get DM'd or even in person asking what motivates you, what inspires you, Dallas, and I get to roll in our eyes. We love the question, we do, but we get to roll in our eyes like,
how do I answer that?
Oh, that you can't answer it, you can't answer it. So sorry, I had to have a moment with y'all, but let's get on to the next topic. The next part of this is how do our minds work and how do we map things out when we're planning, especially for 2025. I'll kick us off again, and then I'm gonna pass it over to Dallas. For me, I like to think of it in the rule of threes. I think of things in threes. So if I have workouts, food, things that I'm doing like task-wise for the Miami Heat, I'm always thinking of things in threes. No more than three. Even when I speak, like if I have to give a presentation, I will only give 3 bullet points, nothing more, because our minds typically lose interest. So in the rule of threes, for me at least, I think of no more than 3 ideas at a given time in my mind. I don't want to clog my mind up with 20 different things. I'll think of 3 things tops max at a given time. Now for us, we've compounded this. We've been doing this since about 2020-ish, honestly 2019. So when I say the rule of 3, and then we read a list or we tell you guys all the different ideas or things that we're working on, you're gonna say, all right, well obviously, bruh, that's more than 3 ideas. Yes, for sure. But this is not just starting off. We've been doing this since 2019, 2020. So first and foremost, the way I map things out, I always like to think of things in like the rule of threes. What about you?
I just write everything down at once, sweetie.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. She said just write that shit down, y'all.
Write that shit down. I don't got no format. I just wing it.
Write it down.
When it comes to mind, write that shit down.
All right, that's a bet. Stand on that. For me, I'm also thinking too, like, yo, if I'm thinking of something, like I'm finna sleep on it. You know what I mean? Like people love to go shopping, but you'll make a purchase, and then the next day you wake up and you be like, damn, I regret that. Like I shouldn't have did that. Or you wake up the next day twirling your hair, smiling at everybody, sticking your tongue out because you like, yeah, this was a great purchase. I'm really satisfied.
That's me.
Right?
And I'm an impulse buyer. As soon as I see it, I'm like, I'm gonna get it.
So that's the thing where I think about
But
with
don't do
like
that.
mapping out your like mapping out and planning out what's real and what's not real. Your mind will tell you what's real because it will consistently be on your mind. So if you have an idea and you're like, oh shit, that was kind of cool. You think about it today, but let's say it's the same time next week and you're not thinking about that idea no more. Guess what, baby? That ain't no real idea. But this time next week, if you still thinking about it, you might be on to something. So you gotta give yourself time and be patient to let these ideas come to fruition. Like let it bubble up. You know, if you a chef in the kitchen, right? Like you're not finna just go out there, take or some raw noodles, throw it in the pot, whip it up in 30 seconds and go serve it to your guests. Like what? I'm eating crunchy pasta. You need to give that pasta some time. Let it bake in them, bro. Like let the pasta do what it needs to do in the pot. Let it cook.
Let it cook.
Let it cook. So let your ideas cook, dog. Also research, obsess, and challenge your own ideas. We all live in an echo chamber. Everybody want to hear what makes them feel good. Oh, Dallas, baby, you so fine. Ooh, you so pretty. You this and that. You got the baddest body, that chocolate brown skin, all of that, which is great. You need words of affirmation. But a lot of people, they're not going to jump outside their comfort zone and go find ideas that are opposed to their perspectives. Jump outside your echo chamber. Yeah, you jump outside your echo chamber and go have a conversation with someone that sees the world differently than you. I mean, completely different than you. Challenge your own ideas. Do your research. Everybody always say like, you know, like do your research. I ain't talking about doing research and just going on TikTok only or going on Instagram only. Like go and look at multiple sources.
The internet is a beautiful place, honestly.
And it's a big place.
It's playground. A big place. Anything you want to know is on the internet.
Facts.
You just really take your time and do your research.
Facts. And then low key, you got to be a little delulu. You got to obsess over these ideas just a little bit in your head. The way you see these ideas, it ain't gonna be the same way.
You be like, damn, I can't go to sleep because I can't stop thinking about it.
Yeah, like listen, your mommy and your pappy, when you tell them your ideas, you're supposed to sound a little crazy to them. They're not gonna see it the way you see it. Every great thing that was ever made sounded delusional at first, until it wasn't. Mm-hmm. So that's fine. You should feel that way. Be obsessed about it. And if you still thinking about that same idea you wrote down next week, onward, keep pushing.
Everybody gonna think it's lame until it ain't, or it's cringe until
exactly.
it ain't.
Another big thing here too. Look, I feel like we just giving y'all a lot of sauce today, like a lot of great
we should
things.
Call this West T.
Yeah, the blueprint. This will be part of the blueprint series. But this is our first video. This is our first opportunity and chance to really speak with y'all. So we wanted the first thing to be of some sort of value.
First yap session.
Yeah. And you know we could yap. Listen, you're going to get to know us and you know we're going to get to yapping. This part I really do want to talk about real quick is claiming your ideas. We talked about it earlier, but I really mean this. If you have something fire, go claim it. That means buy the domain name, go get the social media handle, figure out if you need to copyright something just really quickly. Like, go claim it, even if you're not planning on acting on it right now. For example, I'm giving y'all a little bit of sauce. Shout out Brandon from work for the Miami Heat. I just told him about this. There is no coffee con in Miami, Florida. Everybody loves coffee. Everybody is throwing a convention on something. There's Thrift Con, there's Sneaker Con, there's Complex Con, there's Eats Con, there's all these cons. But I ain't seen no coffee con in Miami, Florida. So guess what I did? I went and got the domain. I went and got the social handles. I went and grabbed everything. So just if I have some time in the future, I can start a coffee con.
There's a lot of cons that they don't have that we've been thinking
And
of
don't be
ideas.
listening. Yeah, I'm talking to y'all right now. Don't be trying to listen. Like, don't be trying to watch this video and be like, oh yeah, man, I'm finna rob him, bro. I'm finna take his ideas. Like,
you can try to take
yeah,
coffee
go
con,
do
but
it.
we got the domain.
Exactly. Go do that. And we talking to you right now. So go ahead and spam.
We got the real ideas. So try it.
Spam coffee con in the comments if you made it this far in the video. You dig?
Yeah.
If you made it this far in the video,
they're gonna be like, when's coffee con? When can we sign up?
Exactly. All right, cool. Bet y'all get it. Go claim it. Go build things quickly. Build quick MVPs, quick prototypes. Again, these are probably very product engineering, techie, nerdy terms. What I mean by that is go build the most basic version of your idea for literally $0. Don't waste the money in the piggy bank.
Also, don't waste your money on getting a web developer. That's like the first thing everybody wants to do.
Yes, you don't need that.
You don't need that. You can honestly do it yourself, and it's a waste of money. And half of the people that you pay to do your web development suck. And your website never gets finished. And people's websites never get finished for some reason.
She's telling no lies. No lies.
Save your money. There's other ways. I promise you.
Yes, do things for free. Literally, you can go to a place called card.co with 2 R's, and for $40 for the whole year, you can make websites that are literally no code templates, 20 websites for $40 a year. What are we really talking about right now? So go build something, go build your idea, but do it with no money. Because once you build it, that gets to the next part, y'all. Once you go build something for free, now it's time to go figure it out. Go share it with the community. Now is the time that you can take that obsession and that delulu, and you've built something for free, right? Don't waste the cheese. And then now you go share it with the community. What happened?
Bug.
Now this is the time.
But be careful who you share it with too at the same time.
For sure. But listen, if you had done all the other steps correctly, like Dallas said, if you share it with them, it won't matter because you already have claimed it. You have written things down. You've done what you're supposed to. But she's right. You can't share it with everybody. But what I mean by shared is find the community that would be interested in something like your idea, right? And if you share it with them, now it gives you an opportunity to figure out, is there even a market for this idea? Like, is there an appetite for this particular idea? Yeah, she over here getting dogged out. Listen, I'm having my little TED talk and she over here going through it.
No, it's just because the bugs keep flying past my ears.
We're just outside right now. Like it's crazy out here.
We did try to post up at another bench, and it was, as soon as we got over there, I was like, it's a lot of bees over here. And then didn't even realize that the tree next to us had a huge beehive. So I'm like, we getting out of here.
Fact.
But we're in a great spot now.
Oh, this is your water break too. Go drink your water too. If you're still in this video, first of all,
put that Coca-Cola down and pick up some water.
If you're still here right now, thank you. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share. If you want to, you don't have to, but we would really appreciate it.
It would help.
We would really appreciate it because I know there's some more people out there like y'all, like us, and we want to join and we want to build this community. So let's build this up together. Like, comment, share, subscribe, do what you got to do, and we'll keep bringing you this juicy content.
And if you made it this far, like we said, comment coffee kind.
I want to see some. If y'all like that idea real bad, then guess what? You may just see a coffee con in Miami at some point. You dig? Okay, bet. That's the end of this session. We're gonna go to our very final last part of this. The last thing we wanna talk about as we map out 2025, but just as some like gems or sauce that we've given out before we kind of tell you guys some of the ideas that we're actually working on. The last thing is think big, try a lot, but don't feel like you gotta accomplish everything all at once. 2025, obviously you've heard from me several times today, is the year of idea generating. Generating as many ideas as possible. You should strive to come up with as many ideas as your mind can stretch. Like, push yourself. Just come up with ideas, please. The more ideas you come up with, the more opportunities there are, and the more chances to get lucky. You can't get lucky by not doing. You have to give yourself an opportunity to get lucky, and you get lucky by doing, right? I think it's when opportunity meets preparation. It's some quote that like every coach and everybody or every teacher likes to say, but it's like preparation and opportunity, when they meet together is when like magic happens. There's a right place and a right time for everything. What I mean by that is, real quick, is write everything down. Come up with these ideas. Once you go out into these places to do whatever the hell you want to do, you'll start to figure out if like, you know what, I had an idea about this. I'm in this space, which is very different than this space, meaning these ideas make more sense here than they do over here, right? If you're in the gym community and you have gym or fitness ideas, whereas let's say you are in the fashion community where all things garments, sewing, graphic design, you would never say a fitness idea in the fashion community. It don't make no sense. That's not the right place. right? And vice versa. You would never say something about sewing to some gym bros, right? That don't make no sense. So you got to come up with these ideas, and the more time you spend out in the world doing, you'll start to figure out right place, right time.
You can always revisit at a later date. It's always, at least you started something. At least you wrote those ideas down. So once you write them down, you can revisit at any point in time and just say, oh, I wrote this down. You can put all your ideas together and come back and revisit at any moment to refresh your mind and get those ideas back running again if you like. Or if you want to go somewhere else and do a different business venture.
And lastly, babe, what's the last thing?
Don't force it. Move at a pace that is sustainable. Just don't stop moving.
Say it one more time.
Don't force it. Move at a pace that is sustainable. Just don't stop moving.
No, but literally, like what she said. Like the goal, again, is to come up with as many ideas as possible, but don't force it. Move at your own pace, something that you can sustain. Everybody loves to talk about sustainability, but they do things that's not sustainable.
They be like, man, bro, my mind be racing. I be having so many ideas, bro. Write them ideas down.
Thank you.
Write them down.
Just write them down. Yeah. And by the end of this year, let's say you had 100 ideas you wrote down, and maybe you only executed on one of those ideas. But guess what?
You got 99 more.
You got 99 more opportunities to be good, to be great. So don't rush it. Just write your ideas down. Think about it. Think of all the things we done told you in this video so far. And if you just can only do one thing in 2025, congratulations, you're winning.
And if you feel comfortable enough, share those ideas with us. You know, let's all brainstorm and create ideas together. So
yeah, we want
leave some comments. Let us know what ideas that you guys have for 2025. And
exactly.
You ain't got to give us the sauce. You know, don't give us everything, but
but we do. We want this community. One, we want to grow and be vulnerable with this community, but we want this community to feel the same thing as us. We want y'all to be entrepreneurs, to be go-getters, to be hustlers, to be bag chasers, to be memory makers. Like all those things, we want that for us, and we want that for y'all. So we're happy to be vulnerable. We're happy to share these things with y'all, and we want to see you guys win. So let's win together. So that concludes this 4-part series, whatever you want to call it, of how we're mapping out 2025 and kind of how our minds think. So now we're gonna give you guys a little bit of like into what our 2025 will look like with our ideas, our businesses, and things that we've written down. Listen, you see it, this is the first video, and I just feel like we just dumping value on y'all. We're gonna dump some good content, but y'all just gonna get value.
And if you ain't getting nothing from this, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, but listen, friends, let's keep talking about it. We're gonna have to figure out what we're gonna call y'all too. To me, I'm calling y'all Tubeski. I think she might have came up with a name for the girlies out there.
I'm still thinking about it.
She's still thinking, but
or if you guys got some ideas too, let me know.
Appreciate y'all for sticking through. We'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.
Bye.